this video, I'm going to show you how to get started with your Homemaker and Companion Agency in New York. So you can have the step-by-step process on how to bring your dream of becoming your own boss a reality. And also, I'm gonna share with you part of our student Pauline's story, how she was able to get started with our Homemaker and Companion Agency in New York. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Denis. I am the Homecare Agency startup and growth expert, and I help burned out, overworked, frustrated healthcare professional and nurses start their own profitable home care agency so they can build more generational wealth, have more flexibility, more income, more of a life, and make more impact in their corner of the world. And to date, we have helped over 350 home care agencies start and grow. We have inspired over 9,000 people in the home care industry. And today, I'm here to show you the step-by-step process how to get started with your Homemaker and Companion Agency in New York. So let's dive in. So in New York, there are two types of agencies that you can do, but in this video, I'm only gonna focus on one, and I'll do a separate video that you need to watch on the other type of agency that you can do in New York. So what is a Homemaker and Companion Agency? A Homemaker and Companion Agency is basically an agency that you create, a business that you create where you find caregivers and you pair them mostly with the elderly so they can keep them company, they can run errands for them, they can take them to the doctor, take them to the hair salon and do all of this. But there's one thing they can't do. They cannot offer personal care, which means they cannot give them a bath or touch them in any kind of way, okay? Because giving them a bath involves touching. So they cannot do that. In order to get started with a Homemaker and Companion in New York, it's a really cool process. The first thing that you need to choose a name for your business, okay? It's really important that you have a name for your home care business because it's important. You can't have a baby, you can't have a business without a name, right? I hope this makes sense. So you need a name, but as you're choosing the name, there are some best practice guidelines that you want to follow. You want to make sure you have a good name that is remarkable, a name that is catchy, a name that people are going to remember. So that's really important. And also, you want to name your business for where you're going and not where you are right now. I know right now you may be just starting small, but you have a vision for your business. You want this business to be like a multi-million-dollar business. You want this business to be able to hire hundreds of people. You want this business to leave a legacy. You want your kids to take over this business when you no longer can do it. So think of where the business is going and name the business that way. Once you've done that, your second step is to verify the business name. What is that and why is that important? When you have a business, you want to make sure nobody else have the same name that you have. You also want to make sure nobody else have a name that is close to the name that you have. That's really important because if somebody else has the same name, imagine you invested all this money, you started this business, you have all your branding, you have your car wrap, you have t-shirt with your business name. You already invested tons of money and time and resources. You have flyers, you have brochures. And find out somebody else has the name 2 years later. And they send you a letter, they can send you a letter, a legal letter, say, hey, you know what? I've been using this name since 1950. And right now, 2 years ago, you registered this name and we need you to stop using our name because it's our name. We had it first. And guess what? If it's true, you can't do nothing. They right, you have to stop using the name. And that means you lose all the investment that you made. That doesn't feel right. So guess what? Prevention is better than trying to heal something. So that's why I'm teaching here, so to prevent mistakes and headache, that you can prevent that by making sure you verify your name. Once you verify your name, the third step is you need to register your name with the Secretary of State. That is really important that you let your state know that you're doing business. You don't want to be doing business under the table. We're building real businesses. So you want to make sure you register your business name with the Secretary of State so you can become official. And then we're going to go into the fourth step. But before I go into the fourth step, are you enjoying this video? Are you getting value from this video? If you do, I want you to like and subscribe so that way you can get notified when I put videos out so you can learn more about the industry, because I put videos out 5 days a week. So make sure you click the button and you like and subscribe right now. So now that you register your business, your fourth step is to get your employer identification number. What is that? It's a number that is assigned to you by the IRS. Basically, it's like a social security number for your business. So that's important. That's something that you need to get. So now, unlike most places, in the state of New York, to start a companion and homemaker agency, you don't need a specific license, homemaker and companion license, to run it. So once you did the first four step that I gave you, now your next step is to really put out, get trained so you know how to run the business, learn how to get clients, and also put all of your paperwork together. When I'm talking about paperwork, what do I mean? I mean that you're gonna need like a policy and procedure manual. This is the manual that governs how you run your agency. So when you're creating your policy and procedure manual, which is a very tedious task, and you wanna make sure if you're creating this that by yourself, that you know what you're doing, or if you hire somebody to do it for you, that they too know what they're doing, okay? It's important that they know what they're doing, very important. And if you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna take you a long time to come up with your policy and procedure manual. So for 9 out of 10, it's always best to let somebody who's a professional do the process of creating your policy and procedure manual for you. So when we create policy and procedure manual, so for example, one of our students, Pauline McDonald, she's one of our students that we're super proud of. Shout out to Pauline if you're listening to this, that started a Homemaker and Companion Agency in New York. So for her, our team created her policy and procedure manual. And the way we created it, we create 3 different sets of policies within the manual. We created the administrative policies. Administrative policies, that's where we go with everything when it comes to how do we run the business, all the administrative things for the business. Then we go into personnel policy. That has to do everything with the employees. How do you hire them? How do they come into place? How do you fire them? How do you write them up? All of those things. And then we have clients policy, which is what governs the relationship between the business and the client. So you need all of those policies. So usually your policy and procedure manual is that thick. And I remember we had a lot of fun creating the policy and procedure manual. Our team had a lot of fun creating policy and procedure manual for Pauline, okay? And then not only you need policy and procedure manual, you're gonna need all the documentation, all the human resources documentation that when you hire somebody that you on point, so you in compliance with labor laws and all the things that you need. So you're gonna need those, like you're gonna need employee handbook, contract for your employees, skills checklist for your employees, all of those things. You're gonna need them. And then for your clients, you're gonna need paperwork. When you bring clients, you're gonna need like their agreement, their care plan, all of the client manual, client handbook for them, all of those things, right? So you're gonna need those in order to have your home care agency. So I remember when I met Pauline online when she came to us. Pauline worked as a certified nursing assistant, and she's really good at what she does, and she knew that God was calling her to do more, and she found us, and she bet on herself and started working for us. And within a short period of time, we're able to get her all the things that she needed for her business. She got trained on how to run the business. She got the training on marketing. She got her policy and procedure manual together, all of the human resources paperwork, all of her client paperwork. And like while we were in the process of setting the business together, Pauline was getting clients left and right for her business until to this day, her business is growing. Is that the type of success you're looking for? If that's you, all I want you to do, check the description below and check for the resources that we have available for you to help you get that type of success. And I'll see you in the next video.